Hi, welcome to another SecureZIP for Windows tips and tricks video. SecureZIP is a robust data protection technology that operates on virtually any IT platform in an enterprise environment, including laptops, servers, mainframes, and mobile devices. SecureZIP protects data at rest or in motion using strong encryption. SecureZIP will also compress the data to reduce storage requirements and transmission times. We have posted several videos that demonstrate SecureZIP features and options. In a previous video, I demonstrated how to use a recipient list in SecureZIP for Windows Desktop to easily encrypt files for multiple people who can decrypt and view the contents of the zip archive using their digital certificate or private key. That zip archive I created was placed into a share folder for easy access. For this demonstration, I'll continue with the theme of using a recipient list. I will show how it is used within a script using the SecureZIP command line interface or CLI. By using the command line interface, I can create repeatable tasks to execute as needed in real time, batch, at timed intervals, or as part of a script or application that is performing simple or complex processes on a server or endpoint device. Okay, so let's get started with a few examples of using the SecureZIP command line interface. For the examples I'll be demonstrating today with SecureZIP command line interface, I've created a set of folders on my D drive. So I've opened up Windows Explorer and I'm listing those folders out. And let's go into the first one called My Report Tasks. The first couple files are scripts that I've created that invoke SecureZIP command line interface and create zip archives. Before we execute those, let me show you a couple at the bottom of the list. The first is called List Crypto Algorithms, and it does exactly what the name of this file is called. Let me open that up. Here I'm invoking SecureZIP. It's called pkzipc is the command, and I'm asking to list the crypto algorithms available on my local machine. I'll go ahead and click on that to execute it, and you'll see I have a list that's come back of the available crypto algorithms I can invoke, and for the examples today I'll go ahead and use the AES-256 crypto algorithm. Also, I have a file called Recipient List, and let me open that up. These are a list of the individuals that I want to have access to the zip archives I'll be creating. And what SecureZIP will do when it creates a zip archive is read this list and retrieve the public key for each of these individuals out of the key store and include that in the zip archive. Then any of these individuals can access and open up or decrypt the zip archive using their private key. I'll go ahead and add one more person to the list, and you'll see how easy it is to maintain this recipient list when I'm creating zip archives. For this first example I'm going to demonstrate, I'm going to go ahead and use SecureZIP command line interface to run a repeatable job that I've already created as a script or a batch file. It's called Encrypt Report Folders 2014, and I'll run that, and that will create a zip archive for all of the recipients that I've included in that recipient list and place that on a shared folder called Monthly Reports 2014. Now, before I get started, let me go ahead and open up the command I've created, and let me break that down for you so it's a little easier to explain. I'll just put each commanded option on a separate line. So what I'm asking here is to execute SecureZIP to create or add a new zip archive. This third line is to use AES-256 strong encryption. The line after that is to use the recipient list I created and showed you earlier. The other option would be to string those recipient names out on this line, but I found it so much easier just to create a recipient list. Then I can add names to it as needed or remove names from it, and I don't have to go in and modify this command. The last two pieces of information I need to specify, the first is the output or target destination for the zip archive, which is on a shared folder or a K drive, and then the current location of the folder and files that I want to include in the zip archive. So I'll go ahead and exit from this command, and I'll double click to execute it, and you'll see that's being executed and it's completed. And if I now go to my K drive and click on the monthly reports 2014 folder, you'll see I've created that zip archive and placed it there. Now let me go back to my folder with my reports. I have a very similar script called encrypt reports folder 2015. I'll execute that as well. That's also completed, as you see. I'll exit out. I'll go to the folder on the shared drive called monthly reports 2015, click on that, and you'll see I've created a zip archive there as well that contains year-to-date monthly reports for the year 2015. For this example, I'll continue to work out of the folder called My Report Tasks. Now this time, instead of creating one zip archive that stores all of the encrypted financial reports, I'm going to create a zip archive for each financial report and store those in the shared folder. Now if I click on the shared folder, you'll see for monthly reports 2014, there is the zip archive that's stored there that I created from the earlier example, and the same for the monthly reports 2015 folder. So as I said, this time I'm going to create a zip archive for each financial report and encrypt that, compress it, and then place it in the zip archive and store it in the shared folder on the K drive. Let's look at that command before I execute it. And the easiest way to go through this is once again to quickly break it down on a separate line for each of the parameters and commands. So all I'm simply doing here is I'm executing SecureZIP. I'm going to create a new zip archive. I'm specifying to use strong AES 256 encryption. I'm also going to point to the recipient list, so all of the people identified in that recipient list will have their public key created or associated with this zip archive, so when they pair it with their private key, they'll have the ability to open up and view the financial report. And then I've added this one command called archive each in front of the destination folder, and what that means is every financial report that's contained in my source or input folder will be encrypted and stored in their own zip container. Okay, let's go ahead and exit out of here and execute the command, and you'll see that each financial report is being encrypted and stored in its own zip container on the K drive in the share folder. And we'll do the same thing for the 2015 financial reports. And once that's completed, if I go back over to the share folder and click on the monthly financial reports 2014 folder, you'll see now that there is a zip container for each of the financial reports that was compressed and encrypted and stored in that zip container. I hope this brief video has demonstrated how to use SecureZIP command line interface with the recipient list when encrypting files and documents for multiple recipients who will have the ability to use their private key to open up the zip archive. If you need assistance, please use the web address listed to contact our technical support team. Thank you.